but that's how the world works is there's theory and then there's practice. It's very interesting. So with regards to Iran decision making right now, considering that Iran really is the focal point, it's the hub, for example, receiving such samples, running tests, providing reports, giving executive ordinances to the various factions that are working for it throughout the Middle East and abroad. What exactly are they going through in their thought processes? I mean, the leadership has been fractured and decimated, except for the very top. And there are so many different types of uses of different channels of communication, such as through social media, Twitter. We see the president speaking through Twitter and the prime minister, etc. Posturing. What exactly is going through Iran's mind right now, and how are they able to move forward here in a way that's going to be good for the people, that will effectively reduce the separation between the good citizens and the citizens of the world, enhance freedom for all of the good actors out there, and improve the future for the Middle East and the world? What can they do to move themselves in that direction? What's on the table for them? What's practical? And are they even thinking that way?
I think, first of all, you have to know something about Iran in the sense that Iran is not just another state of the almost 200 in the world today. Iran is the Islamic Republic. The revolution was in 1979. Iran defines itself, or the regime defines itself, as the embodiment of the divine word on earth. And so that the supreme leader, who's known as the Islamist jurist, he interprets the divine word. And so, first of all, the Iranian regime, like any other regime, like in any other country, takes its own longevity, regime stability very, very seriously. If you don't have a government, then everything else doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to defend your people and promote prosperity, whatever. But in this case, if the regime were to be toppled, you're talking sort of toppling God, their interpretation of God. And so if you ask me what's going through their minds at the moment, I would say fear, panic, petrification, because for the first time, they may face a threat, an external threat to the regime. They've been dealing with domestic opposition for years, but so far have always been able to put it down very successfully. They were afraid after the second Gulf War that the U.S. might come after them for a while, but that didn't happen. Now, Israel hasn't officially adopted regime change as the objective of the war, but basically it has added it to the objectives. And if the U.S. gets involved, then for those who speak Yiddish, which I do not, but from my grandparents I know, that's what's known as gehackte Zulis. And in more colloquial English, I would think we could call it being in
Suffering.
deep shit. The U.S., we may be able to start some things. We may be able to set in motion some processes that could lead to the regime's toppling, but we have a limited ability to do so. The U.S., if it wants, can really do it. And that's one thing. I mean, they are, I think, very, very concerned about the regime. They are also, I think, still suffering from shell shock because in their worst nightmares, Friday, June 13th was not supposed to have happened, when we took them totally by surprise, decapitated a very significant part of the military leadership. Obviously could have done so with the civil leadership, including the supreme leader, but did not. We have greatly downgraded their nuclear capabilities, some of their other military capabilities. Israel controls Iran's airspace at this point, so basically the whole country is vulnerable to Israel. So they are very, very scared. They cannot afford to lose this war, both for the theocratic reasons that I said before, because no country wants to lose a war. They're in a
How are
very
they
tough
able to make
position.
decisions right now?